why is this darker here? And then also, you guys, the inside of the closet is such an ugly shade of literal poop brown. Like, I'm very concerned about this.
Impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
There is also a full pink door, which just has to go, sadly. A little tip for you guys, if you are painting, you can actually put your paintbrushes and rollers inside of a plastic bag like this and then put it in the refrigerator, and it will actually cause it to not dry out, so you can use it again tomorrow. Since we're going to be doing the second coat, just popping it in the fridge, and that will be ready for tomorrow. I went back over to my aunt's house in the morning and we had a really exciting delivery from Helix, which is today's video sponsor. My grandpa actually took the sleep quiz over on Helix website to find the perfect mattress match, and this is actually his quiz here. I filled it out for him, but I went on a call with him and just asked him all of the questions. He is 81 years old, 5 foot 10 inches, 170 pounds, and he actually is a side sleeper. And then on top of that, we also found out that he likes a more soft to feel mattress, and that is because he does have back pain normally when he wakes up, so we wanted to keep that in mind, and that's actually an option here on the sleep quiz as well. And he was actually matched up with the Sunset Luxe mattress here, which is a perfect option for him. It is so soft and an incredible quality mattress. And if you guys did not know, Helix is a premium mattress in a box company, meaning that your mattress is shipped directly to your doorstep, which is super convenient, and it's packed really nicely inside of this box here. It truly is absolutely incredible to me that they're able to get such quality mattresses inside of this box and ship them to your door. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Now, I can't speak for my grandpa, but I can speak for myself because I've had my own Helix mattress for almost 5 months now, and I absolutely love it. I couldn't imagine having another one in my home. If you guys are in the market for a brand new mattress, or you just want one in general, I highly suggest Helix. It's fully customized to your body type and your sleep preferences, so I think it's just an incredible product. And honestly, the best part is that Helix delivers your mattress right to your door for free. It comes rolled up in the box, it's super easy to set up yourself, and if you don't like it, you get a 100-day sleep trial and you'll get a full refund, and they'll come pick it up for you. You don't even have to put it in the box, which is incredible. So if you'd like to check them out, go to helixsleep.com/DrewScott to get up to $200 off plus 2 free pillows. I will link it in the description box below. Good morning. Oh, I just literally hit the fan. Good morning, you guys. It is the second day of this room transformation, and I'm here. My dad is over here. Hi. He's in the closet painting. But as you guys saw last night, the room was bright pink. So we went ahead last night when I got to Arizona and did a first coat on the entire room. Thankfully, my dad is helping me with this project because I don't know if I'd be able to do it on such a quick time frame. While behind me, I'm going to go ahead and do some vertical, just basically board and batten, but I'm not gonna have a top to it at all. So it's just gonna be like the vertical slats. I actually saw my friend Erica from Peony and Honey do this in her craft room, and I loved the way that it looked with the white. So I figured I'd do that as well, just to brighten up the room since it is smaller, but give a little bit of interest to the wall as well. Also, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and remove this old fan here. Luckily, my dad's really good with like electrical things because I, however, am not the best. I can remove a fan and put one up, but you know, thank you for helping me. My dad had a really great idea of also spray painting the cover to this vent, which I would have never thought to do. So we're gonna spray paint the cover to this just so it's nice and clean and white as well. And then of course, I'm gonna go in and start working on this back wall here so we can apply a new coat of paint and have it all nice and seamless. For our wainscoting accent wall, I'm going to be using some 1x3 pre-primed boards along with some liquid nails and some caulking, a miter saw, and also a brad nailer, which I forgot to film, but you're gonna see in a second here. So the first thing that I actually did on this wall was I wanted to mark the exact center, which happened to be 66 inches. So I just placed a little mark there on the baseboard. I'm gonna have to go back and paint anyways. And then I measured out the height of my first board, which I used my miter saw to go ahead and cut. The ceilings in this room are 8 foot tall, but of course that baseboard adds a little bit. So you wanna go ahead and chop chop off any extra that you're not going to need. Apply a little bit of liquid nail to the backside, and then I also suggest using a level to ensure that your board is straight. Now, something I can give you guys tip-wise is to start in the middle and apply a couple of nails right into the middle there, then go down and re-level the bottom and re-level the top before nailing it in, just because sometimes the wood is a little bit warped, so I do suggest nailing in the center first to kind of get that center balance, and then working down and up to ensure that you have a nice straight board there. So as you can see, I'm using this piece of baseboard, which I cut down to 12 inches wide, just as a spacer. I thought it would be so much easier to create one spacer as opposed to having to measure out every single board, so that's exactly what I did. I spaced them out 12 inches, but you can totally adjust that if you have a larger wall or if you want the boards to be closer together or further apart. I just did 12 inches because it seemed to work great for me, and I also got really lucky because I didn't even hit any outlets or anything. So I went ahead, applied them all on there, and then our next step is actually going to be to use the caulking to secure and just make sure that they look flush against the wall and it's like one entire piece as opposed to boards just nailed to the wall. And this really makes a humongous difference, you guys. So I highly suggest do not skip out on the caulking at all. It gives a polished look. I am very pleased with how this is turning out, you guys, so far. I cannot believe this room was pink last night. Like, it's already looking so much better. And if you guys did not know, there was hardwood floors installed and there was also baseboards installed in here, but I am going to go around. I'm actually gonna caulk the top of all of the baseboards because the guy that installed them did not do that for some reason. And then we're gonna paint the baseboards the same color as the wall, so everything's nice and seamless. You can kind of tell how they're a little bit of a creamy tone at the moment, but so far so good. I believe this half over here of the wall planks have been painted. This half still needs to be painted here, and then we just need to finish up this little ceiling line there. Now, I'm actually going to be DIYing a headboard for the space because I couldn't get one shipped quick enough with the turnaround, and I was like, let's go ahead and DIY one. I love DIYing in general. So these are the tools and supplies I'm going to be using for this headboard build. I'm going to be using some wood, some braces, some screws, and some cane as well. So the first thing that we're going to start off by doing is actually cutting down 2 of our boards to be 60 inches in length. This is going to be the width of a queen size bed, so you're going to want 2 for the top and bottom of the headboard. Next, we're going to cut some of our height pieces, which are going to be kind of how tall our headboard's going to be. I ended up cutting mine to 17.5 inches because my cane material is 18 inches in width, so I knew I would have enough space in there to kind of staple it down. And traditionally, to attach wood like this, I believe you'd use a pocket hole jig. However, I am not a carpenter or woodworker. I leave that up to the other incredible talent here on YouTube, but I'm going to go ahead and just use some of these braces and just screw the pieces together. This was also way more affordable than me having to purchase that tool, as these braces only cost 60 cents a piece. So I just used my screws and I screwed them in on each side of the wood using 4 total screws to ensure they were nice and secure. This is going to be on the back side, do keep in mind. All of the brackets are now screwed on, or the braces, I guess you should say. So we have them on all of the edges, and we have a nice and sturdy, I guess, frame for our headboard, as you could see. I do want to go ahead and actually apply one more like middle piece, which is going to go in the middle here, just because I think it would be nice to kind of have this like separation and have a little bit of darkness here once I go ahead and stain everything. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this one the same exact way as I did the other one. So grabbing that third piece of wood, applying it to the exact middle there, I'm going to use a couple more of those braces along with some screws to secure it to the center. And then as far as staining goes, I'm actually going to be using Special Walnut by Varathane. This is just a really pretty kind of like warm tone, neutrally brown color, which I think is perfect for the space because the cane is going to be a little bit on the yellowish side. So I wanted something that would contrast it, but also go back to our nightstands and overall just kind of add some warmth and almost like that modern farmhouse wood tone to this space. And our last step is going to be applying the cane to the center. So I soaked it in the bathtub for about 30 minutes in some warm water, and I'm going to be using a staple gun just to securely staple this all the way around the outside, pulling it taut as I go. But keep in mind, you're going to let this sit out in the sun for about 2 hours and it's going to shrink up. Hello you guys, and welcome to day 3 of the makeover. I already went ahead, I started working on the headboard this morning, but I figured while I'm letting that dry and just have to work on a couple other things, I would go ahead and hang up the curtains in here. I went to Target last night and got a black curtain rod along with these blackout curtains. They're like a grayish tone. The color is called Gray Linen Aruba. In the store I could have swore they had a slight tint of green to them, but they don't look as green anymore. So I'm hoping that once I put them up, they look pretty good. I'm gonna do it as high as possible and kind of also probably have to come out a little bit just to take up a little bit of does the headboard look so good with the bedding now. I actually really like it. I was really not liking the headboard, as you guys saw a little bit earlier, and I knew I didn't want to go to the hardware store and get any paint just because I wanted to see what the bedding actually looks like on first. But when I changed the curtains and the bedding, the headboard looks really nice, and I do not mind it with the nightstand at all. And honestly, the gray floors don't look bad either. I'm very pleased with this, which I'm kind of shocked about because I really thought I was gonna change up the headboard, but I actually quite like it. So you might have been asking yourself, how are we going to be hanging up this headboard? Well, I ended up picking up these picture hanging rings from Lowe's, and I'm going to be going ahead and screwing them in on the back side of the headboard. And I also went ahead and marked on 2 of the boards that I applied to my board and batten wall where I'm going to be applying this headboard. So I'm just going to be screwing 2 screws directly into those boards, and my headboard's just going to hang essentially like a photo. And a little tip for you guys, if you want to make sure that it really stays on there, just wire the screw and the ring together. And the next, what I also did was apply these cord covers, which I also got at Lowe's. You can really get them at any hardware store. I'm applying the cord cover over the top of the cord and then making it centered on our board. That way the cord travels down the wall and looks really nice and clean once it's fully encapsulated and just finished on that piece. In terms of wall art, I went ahead and picked up a couple pieces, again from Target. This is a really cool kind of like abstract landscape piece, and then this right here is a 2-piece pack that has these like framed rugs inside of them, or like I guess just tapestry pieces, but I thought they would tie in the colors in the room so perfectly. And I do have a rather large wall here that doesn't, of course we can't put a dresser here, we can't really put furniture here, so I figured why not put some wall art here. So I'm gonna put both of these there. This one I believe is just gonna go right in front of the door here, just right here. I'm not sure if a TV will be put here in the future, so I'm just gonna hang this there for the time being. A little tip for you guys that I actually learned from TikTok: when you have to hang up artwork that has 2 different holes on it, which is my least favorite kind, what you're gonna do is actually apply some painter's tape across the backside and mark where the 2 holes are gonna need to be drilled. Then you could transfer that painter's tape over to your wall so you have the spacing, and use a level to ensure it's nice and level. Screw directly through that tape the holes that you created to start, and then you're able to hang up your artwork nice and cleanly, and you can repeat the process for your next picture or however many you're going to be adding. Okay, you guys, I just went ahead and looked at the before clips, which I'm going to put up on the screen right now for you guys to see, of this room, and I cannot even believe the transformation that has occurred in here. It truly is absolutely incredible, and I am so excited to share with you guys the reveal of this space. It was such a fun and simple transformation. There wasn't anything too challenging at all. Everything just honestly worked, and I love the headboard. I love the colors in here. I did go ahead and tweak a couple of little things, and I'm actually going to be filming the final clips tomorrow morning, so if you see a couple of random little, like, you know, decor pieces here or there placed, that is because I added them in. But I'm so excited to reveal this to you guys. So let me go ahead and share with you guys my grandpa's brand new bedroom in 3, 2, 1. And just like that, you guys, I am back in Los Los Angeles and the makeover is complete. Now, sadly, I wasn't able to grab my grandpa's reaction. Hopefully maybe my aunt can get it because it's definitely going to be a surprise for him for sure once he gets there. But he's not going to be getting there for a couple of days. So I had to actually come back soon just to kind of work on some more projects for you guys and some more DIYs and stuff, which is why my time was shortened. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm literally laying down at the moment, pooped from my little makeover journey, but it was so much fun and the room truly was such an incredible before and after. And I want to thank you guys again so much for watching today's video. If you are not already, you could subscribe to my channel. I post brand new home decor and DIY content every single week. And last but not least, I do want to thank Helix so much for sponsoring today's video and sending over a mattress for my grandpa. That was so kind of them. And I'm sure he's gonna absolutely love it. I know that me and my aunt were laying on it and we were like, this is the most comfortable mattress ever. It's so soft. He did opt for that softer option, but they have so many different styles. And of course you could take your sleep quiz to find the perfect mattress for you. So I will link that below for you guys. And don't forget to also use my code, you guys, to get up to $200 off of your purchase plus 2 free pillows. I actually love the Helix pillows. They're super comfortable. But I will catch you all in my next one. Again, just thank you guys so much for being part of the Lone Fox family and supporting my channel. I love you all so much and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.